Welcome to my office here on the beautiful Nicktoss Speedway. I'm Pastor David. We're looking again into the Gospel of John chapter 1, and we're going to go through verses 40 and 41 in this video. One of the two who heard John and followed him was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. He first found his own brother Simon and said to him, "We have found the Messiah," which is being interpreted Christ. The two disciples who followed Jesus were to this point unnamed. Now we're told who one of them is. And we're told that person is Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter. Now Andrew is not one of the inner three, Peter, James, and John, but he's Peter's brother. And it kind of reminds us that being first to meet with Christ does not give us a guaranteed in that we're going to be in the inner circle or we're going to be in a special place with God, like being a Christian longer than someone else is no guarantee that you're going to be further along in a spiritual journey than another individual. In the same way, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, there's the idea that if you've got a PhD in theology or a D-Min in theology, somehow you know God better than somebody who's only got an MDiv. No, that's not necessarily so. You might have an academic degree more. Doesn't mean you actually know God more. It might simply mean you know how to play the system more. So here's Andrew, and he finds Jesus, or he comes to Jesus before his brother Simon. But in the end, we think of Simon as playing a more critical role in the development of the church. And we're going to get to that in another video, what Simon's role was and wasn't. The second disciple is not named, and people have speculated that this must be John, the gospel writer, or this must be Philip, who we'll see in a few verses later. But here's the thing. We're never told which disciple this is because it's not significant to the story. It doesn't matter. We just know there were two disciples of John. One was Andrew, and Andrew's identity is important at this point because Andrew's going to go and find his brother. And what does he say to his brother Peter? Or his brother Simon at this point? Andrew declares to his brother, "We have found the Messiah." Really? They found the Messiah? Weren't they standing there with John when John said, "Look, there's the Messiah"? And they went and followed the Messiah and met with him. And Jesus invited them to come and see where he was staying. So they spent some time with Jesus and got to discover that Jesus was in fact the Messiah. But were they the ones who found him? Maybe that's pushing it a little bit on his part. I found the Messiah. No, the Messiah found you. Your part in the search for salvation is a lot less than you might think. For the person who becomes a believer in Jesus Christ, it's more like someone pointed you the way. You went to Jesus, and Jesus said, "Come and see," or "Taste and see that the Lord is good." And so it's more like God pursued you, and God found you, and God rescued you. And you are much less active in your own salvation than a lot of people think. And that's kind of an underlying point that we need to take from this passage. And while we might say, "I have found the Lord," what we need to acknowledge is the Lord has found us. So we'll leave it there with this video. And God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.